my God. We did it, guy. We did it. What a game. What a game. What a game. What a game, man. Oh, I just got home, man. What a game, guys. This is such a good game. Hold on. I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. Like, there's so much going on in my mind. What a game, man. Oh, what a game. What a game. Absolutely stressful game. Leave it to the 49ers and the Packers to put on a clinic, man. An absolute clinic. Like, oh, man. Game of the year. Oh, this is one of the greatest games of all time. Niners, Packers, they never disappoint in the playoffs. Like, come on. I just, come on, man. Oh, man. So much moments. Like, shout out to the Packers, first of all. Shout out to the Green Bay Packers. What an opponent, man. These two teams have played 10 times in the playoffs, and it's always cinema, man. I was talking to so many Packers fans tonight. They were so classy. And you know, one guy I said, you guys have a baller, Jordan Love. We were just talking. I said, this is a duo or a rivalry that's going to go for years. You know, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. When I was young, man, Brett Favre used to give me nightmares. Aaron Rodgers, we beat him, flipped the script, and he was younger, and he was like, yeah, my childhood was Aaron Rodgers losing to you guys. And what an iconic game tonight, man. Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. Yeah, like this is what it's all about. To see both of those guys do what they did, man, was incredible. So before we even get into anything tonight, I got to say much love to Jordan Love, no pun intended. Like this man, he had me stressing. He played good. The Packers made mistakes towards the end, which was the key. 49ers made mistakes early, and then they kind of just stuck around. You let the Niners stick around is dangerous business. And I know the whole, Shanahan, that whole Shanahan stat. I hate that stat because the 49ers record with Kyle Shanahan when trailing by 5+ entering the fourth quarter. Prior to tonight was 0-30. Today was he won. He finally was able to come from behind, and it just was just so much, man. You got to realize, like, LaFleur called a great game, but Kyle, man, he stayed through, and these guys were just they were playing their hearts out, man. No Debo. You got to realize not having Debo out there was big. Like that changes the whole complexion of how the 49ers run their offense. And Brock was getting, a little stressed. He almost had some interceptions, and he luckily he didn't throw any. But man, credit to Kyle, he stuck with it. Steve Wilkes, he stuck with his guys, and it wasn't easy. But Diamond Lenore, man, he had a heck of a game, and Jordan Love played good under duress. They just, that field goal that Green Bay missed, that was the changer, man. The Niners stuck with it. They kept pushing. There were some big critical junctions. Mooney Ward had a few times in the red zone where he prevented a touchdown. Those were big plays, right? Early in the game, later in the game, he prevented a touchdown on third down, and, they led to 3 points. Like, those are critical junctions. The Niners stuck with it. It was bend but don't break, and, Dre Greenlaw, big-time players make big-time games, and Dre Greenlaw came back tonight. Oh, Dre Greenlaw, man. Dre Greenlaw was the guy, man. He was the guy. But, yeah, let's just get right to it. So, yeah, how's everybody doing? I didn't even say hello. I just walked in the building talking to y'all. How's everybody did it, man? Whew. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's incredible, dude. It's just incredible how great this team was. Just so many reasons why we won. Let's talk about it. Diamond Lenore, man. I'm telling you what, like, he gave up some plays here and there, but he was aggressive. He was in their head. Like, I remember that play. Jordan Love throws it, and a hard hit by Diamond Lenore. Later, he makes a big third down stop. Like, he was getting in their head. Diamond Lenore, that was the change that was the tide changer. Lenore was playing tough. He was very aggressive tonight. That was the tide. I remember sitting there going, like, yo, Demo's playing good. I tweeted out, I said, Diamond Lenore is playing tremendous tonight. And that moment started to shift because Jordan Love wasn't as comfortable after Demo. They got in this little, like, sequence. That whole, like, play, that whole drive, I remember, was just wow because Demo was coming up and he was getting at the receivers, and I could feel it. I was like, man, Diamond Lenore played great that whole time. I know Ambry didn't play good, but they were physical. They were waiting for their moment. They were pouncing. And that changed the tide, field goal. I think Jordan Love started to feel the pressure. He was starting to feel the hits. The Niners were putting on that aggressiveness. And the thing about the Niners is you can't outlast them in 4 quarters. You might beat them in 1, 2, 3. It's that fourth quarter, man. Can you outlast a team as physical as the Niners? It's very difficult to. And, credit to this Niners sticking with it. It was definitely not easy because Green Bay was pushing. They were pushing. And Green Bay came into Dallas. They beat Dallas. They shut up, the Dallas crowd. And for parts of this game, they really took the Niners out of it. But Niner fans, shout out to them. They were yelling, screaming, cheering their name, shouting their heads off, and they just couldn't shut up the Niners. The Niners kept on putting pressure, and it was amazing, man. Dre Greenlaw first interception was huge, and then that second one, I mean, that was it. But there were some big plays, when they had a Mooney Ward played big too. Like he had some big time PBUs and pass breakups in that fourth quarter. He forces a turnover on downs, or a third down incompletion, and they had to get rid of the ball. That was a huge junction because then the 49ers started to get the keys out. They started driving, and that's when Brock started getting calm and collected. And he didn't really play a great third quarter, but he stuck with it. And Brock Purdy, man, he started throwing dimes. Jauan Jennings, man, let's talk about this guy. This guy has missed so many games because of the concussion. This man was huge. The fact that he came back today and was making catch after catch after catch was one of the reasons they won. I know Brandon Ayuk had some big plays. He's going to get the name recognition because he's BA. But Jauan Jennings, he just got himself a bag tonight. Jauan Jennings, he's a free agent after this season. This man just showed why he is a baller, man. He caught some tough catches over the middle in traffic. JJ, Double J, he cooked tonight. Jauan Jennings stood on business, and he got in a tussle. He was like throwing balls. Like there was a play there was a sequence after one of the plays, him and cornerback for the Packers. I don't know who it was, but they were like jostling. Jauan Jennings, man, he would not be denied, and he came up with two of the biggest clutch catches of the night, man. And the Brandon Ayuk comes up, and then CMC, chef's kiss, sealed it. CMC, let's talk about Christian McCaffrey. I will never forget the feeling of Christian McCaffrey scoring that touchdown. That was just absolutely fantastic, phenomenal. Oh my God, man, that game winning, like everybody in the building was screaming their heads off, man, just like going wild. It was pandemonium, and the Niner fans were insane. Packers fans were just shocked. They were stunned. And it was an absolute vibe in there. Like, I will never forget Christian McCaffrey's touchdown there. 2 touchdowns, put the team on his back. He was averaging like 6.5 yards a carry at that point. And I kept saying, feed this man, feed this man, feed this man, feed this man. And he is him. That guy, the best C- trade of all time, Christian freaking McCaffrey, man. God, listen, man, they didn't have Deebo Samuel, and they were making plays after plays. And you know what? George Kittle, he came to play. I said he'd get a touchdown. He did it. I called that touchdown. I remember I said, yo, Kittle over the middle right here. They're going to throw it to him. Touchdown. And the dude in front of me, he's like, bro, you called it. I was like, I know. I got a Shanahan on speed dial. Everybody around me was like, bro, I had a feeling Kittle was just going to have some big plays, and he did. George Kittle, man, he was not going to be denied. He had some backpack type plays where he put this team, in the backpack. It was a wild sequence. And Brock Purdy stayed poised. He stayed tough. This guy was absolutely incredible tonight, man. But Christian McCaffrey, incredible. He's the MVP. He's the MVP, bro. But it doesn't matter how much we won by. They won, and they're going to the NFC Championship. Like, holy smokes, guys. 4 out of the last 5 years, the 49ers are in the NFC Championship. I don't care what you say. I've heard a lot of slander on Kyle Shanahan. And yes, they haven't finished the job. Yes, they fell short many times. But put some respect on Kyle Shanahan's name. This guy needs some absolute respect. I know he kind of didn't have the best first half in terms of game calling, but he made the game changes. He made he made the changes that needed to happen in the second half. He made adjustments, and again, 4th NFC Championship game in 5 years. That's incredible, man. He's built this team to become a juggernaut, and this is the best chance they have to win a Super Bowl, man. And I'm going to give Kyle Shanahan all the flowers in the world because LaFleur was coaching him through circles early in the game, but Kyle stuck through it, and he just got the big plays he needed at the end, man. Kyle needs to win that ring so everybody that doubts him can just be quiet, man. I heard too much Kyle slander all week. This guy was a hell of a coach tonight, man. I tip my cap to Kyle. Again, can he prove himself? Can he win it all? It'll be determined, but I got to give him respect tonight. He stuck through. He kept this team fighting to the end, man, and that's what you want out of a coach is you want your coach to fight, man. Man. And, Susan says Bosa's face at the end of the game said it all. He was gassed out. This team was tired. That was just an amazing game, and I can only imagine how these players felt, man. Real Spider-Man says Kyle said that he should have put in Greenlaw on offense if he wants to run the ball. Yep. I hope Debo's good too, that is, Denise. The team is tough. The team looked a little rusty, Joe. Yeah, a little bit. Jauan even took a Debo run. Jauan was doing everything, man. The guy was a beast. I hope Debo's okay too, because if the Lions play, it's gonna be C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Debo, man. Tej Beats says not one sack. Yo, gotta give credit to Jordan Love. He was getting rid of the ball. He was tough under pressure. He was able to get the ball, out of his hands. They were coming at him. They were really coming at him. But Jordan Love, man, he played his tail off tonight. I gotta give him credit. Great under the blitz. We couldn't get sacks to him. He had some scrambles. I've never seen him scramble as much as he did tonight. And that was something that I saw him add to his game a little tonight. He was able to, be mobile in the pocket. Typically, he drops back and he, scans the field. But Jordan was getting out, of the pocket and beating the blitz. So credit to him, man. He did throw 2 picks. One was tipped. You give credit to Fred Warner for making an absolute great play on the ball. But Dre Greenlaw, man, that's the guy, bro. Like Dre Greenlaw, big play drive. I can't talk enough about Dre Greenlaw. That's the man of the hour. Seeing him at the end with Jerry Rice celebrating, like it's amazing, man. Depressed Niners fan, was this a trap game? It was not a trap game. It was a playoff game, a division trap. This was a division playoff game. This is what it's all about, man. It's tough. Playoff football is a different beast. It's a different animal. And tonight, man, the 49ers just outlasted a hell of a team, a good young team, scrappy team with nothing to lose, chips on their shoulder, and the 49ers were just able to endure the storm, man. It was a fun ass game, man. I tell you, if you weren't there, you missed a classic. I'm so happy I went to this game. Beast Mode says by far the best Niner game I've. My bad. Someone was calling me. People was trying to FaceTime me. I got a lot of people calling me. I'm sorry about that. Some people don't realize I'm live right now. But sorry about that. Appreciate y'all for staying with me. It was a little someone was trying to call me. But the Cheeseheads got Raj. No, man, I'll tell you what, the Cheeseheads were very respectful to me tonight. It was a great vibe, a great atmosphere. I credit to everybody in that stadium. It was a heck of a game. But this definitely was the best game I've witnessed live. I mean, this was a classic. This is going to go down as one of the best games of all time. And Niners Packers, they always play tough games down to the wire in the playoffs, and this was no different. And I brought my daughter to this game. She was cheering her head off, man. I was so hyped to see. Honestly, out of everything I saw today, it was just incredible to see my daughter like hyped out of her mind, man. Like she was going crazy. When Drake Greenlaw, she's screaming louder than anybody in that building. When CMC got that touchdown, bro, she was screaming louder than everybody. It was so dope to see that. So you live for that kind of stuff as a Niner parent. You raise your daughter to be a Niner fan, and it was fun. So that was my favorite part of the game, just being there and witnessing that and being able to share that with her. So cool game, man. It was just heck of a moment, man. Like I said, so many great players, so many great moments tonight. Again, Diamond Lenore, got to give him his credit. Jauan Jennings, man. CMC, I still can't believe we traded for the guy. He's incredible. Brock Purdy, man. What can you say? The guy just cool, calm. He kept with it. People were hating on him all game. People were hating on him all day. All day. He wasn't having a good first half, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I love it, man. Everybody wants to keep hating on Brock today. But guess what? Diced it up in that final drive. He was 6 for 7. He was near flawless on that final drive. I don't care how he started. He didn't have the best start to the game, but he finished very strong. He was making dimes. I mean, the throws to Jauan Jennings were laser beams. And then the throw to Kittle, laser beam. Like he just dotted it to him. And then the throw to Ayuk, man. I mean, that was an incredible catch by Ayuk. But Brandon Ayuk, he stepped up. We definitely got to give him his flowers. But Brock Purdy, man. Brock Purdy was dotting everybody. I just cannot believe that people were doubting Brock tonight in that game. They were like, oh, he's done, system quarterback. And for him to sit back and get that game-winning drive was poetry to me. It was poetic justice, because in the game, I saw people tweeting how he looked like somebody tweeted, and I got the post. I'll post it later. I think I tweeted it. Some dude posted, this is what Brock Purdy looks like without Debo in the lineup, and it was a picture of Mac Jones. Like, are you kidding me? Are you really going to put that much hate on him because you look stupid after the end of the game? Like, let the game finish out. Let this man have his legacy drive, and he did. I tweeted, I said, Brock Purdy legacy drive, and he had a legacy drive. To me, driving them down the field with less than 4 minutes left in the game, hostile, team against the Packers, who were having a tremendous game, for him to drive down the field and have that game-winning drive, it was beautiful, man. I just wish he would have threw a touchdown. But shout out to CMC, man. CMC, these two guys right here. You see the pins? I wore the Purdy and the CMC pin today, and I'm glad I did. Those two guys were kings all night, man. CMC is a dog, and Brock Purdy, I love that guy. Man, did I win the bet? I haven't even checked the stats, man. I honestly don't even know if I won the bet. I don't even care right now. I honestly don't care. I'm just happy the Niners won, man. Smitty keeps hating. Smitty's a hater, man. He's sick. Anybody that's hating on Purdy just don't watch the games. They just don't understand what he did was clinical, man. And it's just like Tashawn Gibson said. He goes, you give 13 that time, 13 is going to make you pay, baby. 13 made him pay. Don't give that man time to throw. And they did. Tashawn Gibson, he said it best. He says, don't give Brock Purdy that much time, man. I love it. They did. You can't give that man that much time. A real Spider-Man says, Ambry Thomas put me in a call, but yo, he definitely didn't look too hot. But you know what, man? I tell you, that defense, they played hard, man. And Ambry Thomas definitely had my blood pressure up and down. That game was so stressful. I honestly think I might have almost had an aneurysm in that game. It was wild because I was stressing. I was sitting there. I was like head in my hands, that whole thing. And I was screaming. I was yelling. I was going just wild, man. I was just wild. Oh, holy smokes, man. I just can't imagine. This game was, whoo. Stephen says Purdy was looking shaky. He looked shaky in the first half, but the fact that he had that game-winning drive, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. He definitely had his moments. I feel like this team was a little rusty, but in the fourth quarter, everybody put it together, and the game-winning drive is all that matters. In this type of game, he was calm. He looked the pressure in its eyes. He was just poised tonight, and that's what it was. He definitely was shaky, and Green Bay played with nothing to lose, man. They played their hearts off. They played their hearts out, man. But you got to remember, there was no Deebo Samuel, and he played as good as he could. When Deebo's out, that changes the whole complexion of how you're going to call the game. I don't think people realize, and I say it so many times, Deebo Samuel's the tone setter, man. You can't really do a lot of the stuff the 49ers do without Deebo, and it was tough for them. Jauan Jennings was trying to play like Deebo out there, right? But Brock, man, he settled down. Again, he did make some plays that I held my breath. And I was like, oh my God, they're going to throw a pick. But he held himself. He kept his composure. And that game-winning drive, you watch that drive. That tells you everything you need to know. 6 or 7, dime after dime after dime after dime, man. It was amazing, man. Whew. Deebo was not looking soft, man. Did you see that? He got cracked, man. Deebo got cracked. They were trying to take him out. I really think they were trying to take out Deebo. We'll get an update on him tomorrow, most likely. Yeah, Julius, you know what? This is a great point. Jake Moody had an underrated moment when he hit that 52-yard field goal. Let's talk about that, bro. Jake Moody had me stressing. I mean, he got the kick blocked. That was tough. That was definitely tough. But he bounced back. It was a redemption kick. He hit a 52-yarder. That's clutch. You know what? You got to put some respect on Jake Moody's name. I need to give this man his flowers because that was a tough field goal. 52-yarder. He nailed it. He nailed it. That was huge. 49ers don't win the game if he doesn't make that field goal. Absolutely. Incredible play. And the field goal that the Packers missed, there you go. Okay, the Packers blocked a field goal by Jake Moody. He gets his redemption, makes the field goal. Packers miss a field goal. It's a game of inches. It's a game of a few mistakes here and there. And like I said earlier, the 49ers made mistakes early, but they were able to rebound, and the Packers made their mistakes late. In a game like this, It's a matter of mistakes and interceptions and turnovers. 49ers made their mistakes early, and the Packers made theirs late. And that was the difference of the game, man. It canceled each other out. Exactly. Like, it didn't matter that Moody got his block. Like, I know everybody was pissed off and sick, but that was a heck of a play by the Green Bay Packers. Again, I give so much credit to Green Bay, man. They walked in, face of adversity, no pressure, and they had Dorito-sized chips on their shoulders, and they played, man. They played great, but they just couldn't outlast the big, bad 49ers, baby. Yeah, CMC MVP. This game proved it. I agree with you. Oh, man. What else? What else? What else? How was the vibe, ladies and gentlemen? Packers lost because of Anthony Davis. Bro, I was so sick when I saw that man there. What's he doing there? Isn't he from Chicago? What's he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? Am I going next week? I don't know. NFC Champs is a little pricey, but better not rain next weekend. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that rain was crazy, but it made for a fun game. It made for a fun game. The rain wasn't too bad. I got a poncho. I got a poncho, and we ponchoed it up. It stopped here and there. It was on and off, on and off, on and off. I mean, it was a fun game, but I wish it wouldn't have been rainy. So, oh man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, baby. Niner fans, enjoy this game, man. This was a absolute everything. Where did I get the pin from? From Tommy Nello. You know Tommy Nello, the pin god. We had heck of pins today. Actually, my daughter picked me. She told me, because I asked her, what pin are we wearing today? She says, you got to wear that one. She says, Brock Purdy. Yo, she's a psychic. She says, wear this one. This is the best pin you have out of all the I have every pin. She goes, this is the best pin you have, Dad. I go, really? And she goes, those two guys are going to do something special tonight. She said this. And there they go. They went and did something special. Brock Purdy, game-winning drive. CMC, game-winning touchdown. Incredible, man. I couldn't be more stressed in my life. Absolutely. I was incredibly stressed. I mean, if I was watching this at home, I'd be pacing all over the place. I was pacing in the stadium. Oh man, yeah, Levi's was crazy tonight. It was rocking, man. It was the absolute vibe, and we're gonna remember this one for years, man. This is gonna be one of those games where you look back, throwback. You know, when we play the Packers again, we're gonna be posting clips of how amazing this game was. Like, that's it, man. We're gonna be looking at crazy throwback moments, you know. So I got a bald head after this. Definitely don't, man. My hair is wild. I mean, definitely a fun time game, though. Who do I want the Niners to face? Honestly, I don't even care, Steven. But I think it's going to be the Lions, man. I want to see the Lions. I think that'll be a great game. They're tough. Let's beat the best and prove we're the best, man. You felt it at home, Danny? He says the people that went to Levi's, yeah, we was rocking, man. It was definitely a fun atmosphere. I'll tell you what. People were cheering. They were going crazy. Everybody was wild, man. And you couldn't help it. Like, that last 5 minutes was green line interception, the touchdown scenes. Like, it was a head rush, man. It was absolutely a head rush. Whew. It was good, man. It was good. It was good, man. Definitely a good time. So, I don't even know what else, man. I'm just on a high right now. I'm on a sugar. I'm on a super rush, man. This was a crazy game. Again, just so many good moments in this game tonight, man. If Debo doesn't play next week, you think we'll win? I think so. I think the Niners. I mean, if you win a game like this, it is hard to take that moment. Like, this is the most adversity you're going to face. Like, this tells me how battle-tested the Niners are, man. And if the 49ers play the Lions, Jared Goff is not as mobile as a guy like Jordan Love. I think the Niners can take care of him. They've taken care of Jared Goff before. But, hey, no disrespect. He's a good quarterback. He's really had a resurgence in his career, and I respect him. But I'll tell you what, man, if anything happens to Debo and if he's not able to play, I still think this team can win. Jauan Jennings stepped up. They got players like CMC and Kittle and all these. Like, this team is so amazing. They're so amazing, man. There's no doubt in my mind. After a game like this, you just can't, you're not losing the next game. This is the game that proves that you're going to the Super Bowl. Like, if they lost the next game, I'd be so surprised, man. This game was everything. These were the two best teams in the NFC. No disrespect to the Buccaneers, the Lions. If the 49ers would have lost this game to the Green Bay Packers, they would have went to the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Absolutely, they would have went to the Super Bowl. Packers, man, they got a good young team, and they're going to be phenomenal forever. Or not forever, until, Jordan Love. So, whew. Good stuff, man. I'm going to hop out of here. Appreciate you guys for joining me here, YouTube. I wanted to get my thoughts out. We're going to go live on Instagram in a few minutes. I'm going to decompress. That was a absolute vibe of a game, man. I think we all aged, Robert. Who do I have tomorrow, Mahomes or Allen? I got Mahomes tomorrow. I cannot wait to just chill and watch that game. We're ordering pizza. We're ordering wings. And we're going to have a great time tomorrow on Sunday. You guys have a blessed night. Happy Victory Saturday. It might be Sunday to some people. Happy night. Happy day. Just always remember this game. This is going to be one of the greatest games in 49ers history. I want you guys to enjoy this night. This was a monumental game, man. It was fun. I'm so happy to have been there. If I saw you at the game, much love, respect. It was so much fun to see all the fans and say what's up. Yo, shout out to the cashier. This boy hooked me up. I was getting some food, and he recognized me. And he's like, yo, Raj, I got you. Come here, slide me. He comes up, and he hooked me up with the chicken tenders, the fries, and the hot dog. Much love to you. Appreciate you, man. I feel like I get taken care of so much from Niner fans, and I just want to tell you guys I love you with the bottom of my heart, man. Absolutely love you. Whenever I see you guys, it's nothing but love at the games. Like, people are so hyped to see me, and I just want to say, man, I truly love you guys. And every time someone is just excited to say hello and take a picture, it excites me. So thank you guys for all the support, man. What a game, man. I love you guys so much. I love this fan base. We deserve the Super Bowl, and we got one more game to get there. And this has been an incredible, incredible run, man. I love you guys. You guys have a great night. Bang, bang, Nana gang.